Hey everyone. Um Today is a very special day for all of us. Well, actually not all of us, I'm sure. Some of us are actually quite lonely on this beloved day. Uh Valentine's Day, I guess. And I just thought, yeah, well, what better replacement than to spend some time with yours truly, Colonel Sanders, right? Um, so here we go. It's that one weird as like visual novel as game that KFC made like I don't know 2 years or so ago, right? Almost 3 years, I guess. Um, for some reason, and the real shocking part about that is that it's like way too much like high effort for this. Like what? Um, let's just dive right in. Welcome, chef. Before we get started, tell us your name. All right, let's just go with OP. That's simple as. Okay, we're loading. We of course also want to like reach the true end of this because, as we all know, visual novels have branching paths. Okay, this is our room. We have like a poster of some like boy band. Can't be BTS. It's just six people here. A chicken with some kanji here. Um, yeah. Okay. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Okay, throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. You slept through the school year and gave up on the once in a lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Game over. We just go back to sleep. Okay, of course we want to pick the right choices, right? Uh, so let's do that again. Okay, yeah, we know that. Smack that clock. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. You need to take it seriously. You allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. I mean, we gotta take it seriously, right? No more time for slacking off and all that. I better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just what you need, just what you needed to get your blood flowing. Um, Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, OP. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, I am. Because I sure am excited and a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by master chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Just look at her. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, kind person I know. You're going to do great. But University of Cooking School Academy for Learnings, famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. 3-day only semesters. Now that's a speed run. A sweet girl, Miriam, has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Oh. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some really... No, we gotta hear full-on motivation. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? We had the tower. Ugh. Not even upside down. The lady with the mask who gave... The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet. And she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower? And that... what did I say? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating, and you will be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. If not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? They look like they've been done by a professional. You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you get another word out, you're rudely interrupted. When someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, and you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave OP's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. They're perfectly normally shaped and all that. I guess. Ugh. You can't stand Ashley. Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley. But she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. To make her feel special. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're like shin experts. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Shin person. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight, you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie. The rockin' glutes. Van. You rang. Oh my god, it's like a fucking JoJo character. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. I should probably do a different voice, I don't know. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you will just resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to you. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you! I think you mean thank you. My name is Pop. I was named after my papa. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at this school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi Pop, I'm OP, so we're just one letter off. Are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope! And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me? Or is he kinda cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. What is this image there at the corner? Okay, that's the classroom, guys. What is this? And what is this? Trigonometry shit? Okay, you stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Well, since we're the protagonist of the story, maybe we should sit at the back, next to the window. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable. No, quiet down, everyone. Who's this unreasonably cute Pop? And why is he, culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect, woof. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Nuances. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you. as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. "I'm chilly, someone close the window." And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. "It's him! It's..." "If it isn't my favorite student, Holland..." Colonel Sanders interrupts Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. "Please, call me Colonel." Colonel Sanders. A rushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweatsalad. Maybe we should open the window back up before faucet pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Huh! Hold on a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when OP sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. We should bottle it up and sell it to OnlyFans. You take a moment to clean yourself up. All that gamer girl gunk. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot. It's so hot you could take off all your clothes. Huh. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. "Welcome to University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. The greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle to death. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena." Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. "Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss..." "Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in this school with you as my teacher." Everyone stares at him blankly. "Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable." Even Clank made it on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. The class bursts into laughter. "Oh, Clank, you rascal!" Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. "I gotta smell that gamer gunk. Your diet is lacking. And based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin lacking all that vitamin D. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart is tough. But tough, being smart but tough is well known. There we go. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from a pocket, but what kind? I mean, we are like this is like the KFC school, so we'll probably just go for the chicken snack. You reach beneath your apron and return with the chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Well, I think there might be some competition for the new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand sleek with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only two options remain. Hey, OP, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me, if you're interested. Well, of course we sent by Sanders, right? Colonel. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me the seat. What's that pose? Showing off your forearms and shit? Oh no, the woman's weakness, forearms. I've only had two rules. Do what you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. There's too many voices at once, jeez. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes the question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Like, wash your hands, guys. There's still a virus out here. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? Ah, of course, the legendary spork. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything that, as long as it is prepared with love and not too much salt. Well, some might disagree, some are like really looking for the salt here. Camel meat? What the fuck is camel meat? A pancake that looks like a silly face. Let's just take this option, actually. Okay. Is Sprinkles a good boy? Well, absolutely. But not. Actually, no. Not just a good boy. The best boy. Perfect score. Nice. Wow, be honest, did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you. Tell your score, he's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, OP. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. Amazing. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow, okay. The lunch. The Stewart Cafeteria, established 2015. Okay. Wow. The cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. Well, I sure hope it does. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? It must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. Yeah, food! But Shh! Lunch! She said, shh. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch.
Aha!
That must be the smell I smelled. The smelly smell. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head, its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you. You begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to rumble, as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. But you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting a last will testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. Look at his eyes. You wait to see what Zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent. As she slides closer to Colonel Sanders, she realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the Man then, if you don't want any. I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There is enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing! Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. I'm sorry, I do what now? Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. What? Focus? Let's focus. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavor. Salt? Maybe. Pepper? Too obvious? Oregano? Basil? Maybe. But there's something else. Something dark, something spicy. You dig deeper, deeper, deeper. Yes, even deeper still, until you find it. Could it become? He really did it! How bold, how adventurous to use that special ingredient. You try to go even deeper into the sea of flavors, but this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet, now you know. A mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders. How deep. As you look around, you realize that everyone in the room is consumed by the lunch. No one noticed that you've traveled through space and time. Yeah, we just did that, huh? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wonder if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. Yo, what? He has like a staff or walking stick or whatever. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got two more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie. I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then he leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can tell. I use redacted. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. rejected. Wow, you'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you get some if you searched. Ah, it's the Peruvian power pepper. And definitely rejected definitely isn't the flavor you tasted before. So now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe. But you don't tell Colonel Sanders that. Like we have our secrets. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. Alright. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Nag him to show your own strength, wow him with a big idea, be modest but thoughtful. Yeah, let's be thoughtful about this. I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, OP. I'm sure you'd be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no. We have to show our stuff? What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything. Except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control herself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel. Would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? As a team of 2. That is, me and you. If that wasn't clear. Wanna be my partner? Sure, okay. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Hello, oh god. Hello, little partner. Beep boop. Oh my, 2 potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen. I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? I think Clank looks very reliable. Sorry, Bubba. I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzzzt. Tissue, I hardly know you. Clank judders, and the panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking and classwork. Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we are going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea? Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough, blah blah. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh, that sounds like... Yeah, we gotta go with like family traditional stuff and shit, like we know that shit in and out. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes and gravy. I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. Oh, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine.
Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does anyone have a crash Colonel Sanders?
Someone. We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business.
Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off of my man.
Did someone call for me? What the fuck's happening with the music?
No, jeez, Van. While I'm over here crushing our peace dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember?
Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes, tosses them into boiling water and turns his affection to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van. Are we working a quartet instead of a duet now?
Actually, no. It looked like OP was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring.
I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it.
Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to cook creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But, Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense.
Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunks of hunks, for your time in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie, who always has your back. Well, we gotta be close to Sanders, right? I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I choose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on AP as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has OP's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream in for the flavor. It's so much text. The music is speeding right now. It's as if your natural passion guided you through your steps, you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere. Multitasking. I just know what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Ayo. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still yet again. If you're off something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face.
Then, do something.
Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slings away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, OP. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd be... Oops, I accidentally kicked it away.
Can I has potatoes face?
Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. What the fuck? Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long, that ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I cannot fucking speak. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie! Tastes like poison. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. Snap back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. All in just a day. Colonel Sanders? SOP? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working toward that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting, also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The spork monster appeared.
The spork monster is here to fight the hero.
I think I left the fridge door open. Later, no hurts.
How dare you threaten me just as I was...
oops. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level.
Be afraid. be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see?
Is he rhyming on purpose? Or is that just coincident? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence! What will you do? What the fuck? What is this, Final Fantasy? Who cares? Let's just defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you choose? Trepidation. You close your eyes tight, but then open one just enough to squint and see the sport monster across the battlefield. For some reason, this makes you feel more prepared for what comes next. Sport monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Fat lot of good. What? Fat lot of good that defense did. What? Let's just defend again. Buff up. Okay. You think about that feeling you get after having a good meal where you're so full and happy that nothing can get you down. Like food in your belly. Just the thought warms you and you grow stronger. Aye. Sport monster is really feeling emboldened by your lack of attacks. Sport monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. Excuse me? They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Defend? You decide to defend. Trepidation. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This is not happening, this isn't happening." Sport monster is no quitter, buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. Sport monster uses utility. You take 2 damage from the attack. You take much more damage. You're not going to survive the battle. Fuck do you mean by that? You decide to defend. You curl into a ball. I'm not cut out for this. Feeling vulnerable, Sport Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot pie, power page. I can't scream on that's not going to hurt. Also, what the fuck is that? 10 damage. Sport monsters defeated. You saved me. An injured sport monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast. It's all about the power of friendship. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast, long enough to realize that he's still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, monster! You don't belong in this world!
I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back like you said.
The sport monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells, with a golden chicken on the cover. That's very mysterious, I guess. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. Okay. As you come down from your battle bus, you realize that your final check has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel the covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love dreams. How weird. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe he actually used redacted. And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the sport monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. And I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at that school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I'm with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Your thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? However, you don't tell her what you know is that you know a second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes lit up. A secret ingredient. Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in there? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So, this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper red dried flower petals and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me.
So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted.
I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here.
Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch. You know, like pen pals. I bet you would love to know more about new spices.
Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone.
Please, please, please. It could mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders.
What do you think? Well, a secret is a secret, so make up a fake ingredient. Yeah, let's do that. How about the Peruvian power pepper?
It was Eye of Newt. I know, it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt, wow.
Her eyes light up, imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to the people, you interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. Oh, there we go again, huh? It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. He's riding a horse. What the fuck? Run to him. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely, he'd sweep you up onto the back of his stallion, and you'd ride away together into the sunset, or whatever. That'd show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. Oh, Captain, my Captain. However, your sudden movement surprised the horse, and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. It's a surprise we didn't die. However, the force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Oh, P, I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. It's important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end. So, you know it's serious. I have been trapped in the realm beyond. But in a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... But before he can continue, you suddenly awake. Oh, jeez. You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices, or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Lean in for a kiss, compliment the craftsmanship of his horse shoes. Well, we don't want to like be too much here, right? Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. But one thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. Okay, that's quite the wording. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates how good craftsmanship and no one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van. doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try to get a peek over at Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. What?
Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey?
Okay, well, I'm okay. I'm not interested. I don't give a shit then. Okay. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you have upset them.
Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules?
I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you.
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache.
And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the sport monster. It's the same book I found that I found last night in the choir. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back.
I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret.
You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We are playing. And before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Meep meep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything.
Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from the stand mixer.
Mom. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room.
Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them.
Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that it's a rouse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on.
Maybe I can help you with your business plan.
Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class today. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town. But my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rob is very dog really. He loves it. Sprinkle stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him entranced. It's a scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy, down. Spoken. That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Magic. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, OP. Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? Glass of water, shivering pepper, dog biscuit. Let's take the dog biscuit. Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles, an example of his own culinary talent perhaps. You reach out for it when Sprinkles jumps up and bites into your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but something is there. The sport monster? Borko, what are you doing here? It's not your time. It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. What the fuck was that? Okay, glass of water. You grab the glass of water and gulp it down. It's cool and crisp, like the purest snow melted by a mountain spring. Hey, that was mine. It was from my favorite toilet. You owe me $6. And you've got excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. Okay. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. But you know what? We can join in on the theatrics. You're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. I have to wipe the tables of you fools before I set my lunch down on it. Then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Opie. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sports thing, coward. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Timer ready. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Arroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me. In case anyone was wondering, I hope it's a message lifts you to victory.
Like a diamond that was formed under pressure, and now it's my time, my chance to shine. I'll defeat you myself. What the fuck?
Oh my god, the music. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can't really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, the timer runs down and you'll be forced to pick randomly. What? Whoa, okay. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Yep. That's right. But how would you have even gotten to school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. Right. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. Oops. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many eggs is it? It's 11. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Most flavor? Gratitude? You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. A small town where... That's right, this is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silence? What? When they taste your cooking, they will be too taken with it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, OP. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders. Just Sanders. What were you thinking? Get your back into the competition. You're stranded on a desert island with only one desert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. No, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Oh my god, the gondola. What? What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Bzzzt. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow apprentice utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Brr. You might not have any hands, but OP does. And a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's probably mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue the dough before it's overmixed. OP, no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. What the fuck? We'll just endure a hand, okay. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now, this battle is over. It can't be, I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on.
Ah, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two. On account of OP's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. I suppose you could at least tell us what you prepared?
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find the wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of a flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask for P to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this cream of delicate hot chocolate might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand.
Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within.
Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly.
Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley?
Oh, you.
As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes as they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash as they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. What? Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried bro, you run for the crowd to be alone. The beautiful weather seems like an insult. Inside you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now, not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fire. I'll never be master chef. Oh, you donkey! Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. Fuck that word. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight, and I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived. For a while, anyhow. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved that I was going to amount to something. No amount to all of ours labor or money could deter me from giving the best that I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past mistakes. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, would be perfectly worse. The sport monster? Walko.
It is I. Yiku. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after that whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right?
Ah, thanks, Walko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. But I defended, bro. But I defended.
I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a sport monster, you see.
I don't believe it. You were human once?
Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student, until one day some mean kids with a magic spell would cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
A magic spellbook?
Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I'll be there.
Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. OP, together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh my god, that image. And there's a chicken. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure, and if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you have you been working on any new recipes on your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there's something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy, both perhaps. I've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? I mean, we want to get close to him, right? So let's reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. We had that in our bag the entire time. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' locked hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in a bowl. Do you mind if I hold onto the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more. Okay. So what do we have here? Scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. It's a Yankee. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? Nice. No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's redacted. Can we click all of them or just some? Let's look at the chicken, right? You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Okay. A comb. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Okay, glowing door. I think that's let's click everything right. You gaze at the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. You think about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the door a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. You take a closer look at the large urn, sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. It's like with Squidward and the tombstone, gravestone, whatever. Like, here lie my like hopes and dreams, something like that. An adorable little baby boy, crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be the Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? A photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? Also, what? One of the frame photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders, standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be treating them. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you, 6969. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Can it? You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual, until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket.
Aww.
I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. You decided now is the big moment to make a big move, tell me you're cold, fess up and tell the truth. What should we do? I think we're really connected, so tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door, but the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, okay. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. They really just said dream sequence. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Redacted. In some jurisdictions, redacted isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just wrapped up. It's meticulous. We eating chicken for breakfast? You You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. A cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace, much wow. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with this right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only thing you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I've been worried that something had happened to you.
It's okay, I was just...
But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam.
Sure, but...
You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date.
I think I can believe that.
Since I've partnered up with Clank, he'd asked me to go out with him.
Of course I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful.
I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
What do you mean skydiving? With his friends? Did you just say skydiving as if it's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker?
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam the time to tell her the whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him.
You what?
Nothing happened, but the emotional connection pauses. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. Of course we do. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp at that fact, because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hehe, sprinkles is a dog and a treat. And you can get the swirly dip too.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school.
And there's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare to pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You've got some nerve, OP, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fists. but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince in pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I'll never give up. Ever.
Colonel Sanders arrives. Just as it appears things are close to boiling over, a naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? OP, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive.
What's he doing complimenting her? But about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey, moist chocolate sauce?
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, P. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, OP. Annoyed by Colonel Sand's inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Whoa, what's that book? Looks like bad news.
It's just something I found lying around, or appear to be some sort of grimoire. But I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful?
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of an extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use the spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
That's way drastic. Could you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger?
Okay, fine, it is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try out. No. We have to be strong, like with our own mind. You don't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dark moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up as he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach out for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. You must be hungry? Reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliché, but not much in this world certifies like ungraded work. My myopy, were you studying something with cinnamon? I have been sitting in on lecture series about the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Bree, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see? But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room.
I told you to save it for after class.
Bzz, bzz.
You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane, strapped to a stranger?
Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Whirr.
But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends Jeff Joan, JJ forever. Watch us form a triangle in mid-air as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know?
Bzz, bzz.
Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great day. Then take Jeff and Joe with you. You can hold all hands as you paddle down the mountain or on a cliff for all I care.
Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pushes out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. Bzz.
No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank.
Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where he came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition, Showdown Challenge Exam! Trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay?
Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could you embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone?
A tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure. But you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we gotta cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs. But she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way.
You're not going to settle up on the Colonel Sand Stallion and ride off into the sunset without me?
Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it. And a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person, you shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. The location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And the chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart Ashley. As you plan to begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. OP's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish becomes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. OP, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it costs you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Yeah, we have to continue here, okay? You gotta concentrate. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than just visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 4 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie from just the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie, with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, except that to cook with everything you got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime, and again the music keeps banging. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Mashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes for their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, or maybe, what? I forgot what the R stands for, but forget about it. Fried chicken. No. The intensity of the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone's calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders balances the chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam fiercely injects ingredients into an itty bitty pot of broth. Best friend, blaster. Van Van fixes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roll. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-die pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity, as was so foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance surprising will take us all. Safe dist. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically. Prepare your dish. You notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a spellbook of your own, and you're desperate to not see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No, you're gonna do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Curtis Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, OP. Miriam notices too.
And I've always believed in you, OP, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever.
You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you hear cheering, who's cooking?
Tiny food.
Short cook time.
I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
That's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
It's a secret ingredient.
However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get the eye of newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve,
the sport monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to bet on me, are you?
We sport monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. I think you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the sport monster, notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed applesauce, some magical items, and accidentally something, huh?
You guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salt water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country.
You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had falling asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up,
he tosses a serious stare at Steve, and he takes a hint.
Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck.
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. And now the music gets like really serious, huh? You summon extra power from deep down within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your head turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for. You're so cool. You are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off of the ground. I'm sorry. Energy curses through your body. You're going like Super Saiyan. You know that with this power you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful, because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. Ah, shit. But don't worry, DOP. You might have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decided that you have earned his support after watching you today. And I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to the station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Phyllis Sanders, what about the test? What happened to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual effects. I'm suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clang? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought the wedgie was a 7. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. Just get the fuck out of here. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in USC ALF history. But it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did the pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear the signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia word, but there's none. Somehow, he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it hasn't been a long semester of 3 days. Well, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. It is very fucking tiny, what? My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto Maki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. It's just like one drop. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A plus. Rarely I taste a dish with as much love poured into as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, OP, for helping me believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I've made leaves over smooth like custard in an actual urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't look cool. Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour. Don't discount this isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog, and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight and a light rosewater syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece.
Don't eat the fruit? At a cooking school?
Got toast in your ears or something, OP? I told you it's a display piece.
Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job at cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, school for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it, if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. It might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If the fruit cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up.
You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you.
And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone.
This isn't the last you've heard of me either.
If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. What the fuck? I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced, as all things should be. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. It's like on Oprah Winfrey. Everyone gathers around to partake of the mac and cheese bowl. More like mac and chicken. Mac chicken. Wait a minute. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive. Even the Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get the groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is on the house! It's on the house! Ooh. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. Ooh no, new out. Oh my god. You know that. And for a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws. I was never actually a student. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's a spook monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the spook monster's no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone here refer to me by my name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. And you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls around the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was at the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now you get it. Now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I am not from this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Oh my god. Just like the first day you meet him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding everyone to go out and buy my chicken. Actually, you know, what's up with KFC and like weird marketing? Like, didn't they do like a collab with like a collaboration with Genshin Impact? No, it's not the end. What? As everyone feasts on the delicious chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Colonel Sanders. Yes, okay. I couldn't help but wonder. Was our final exam team up purely an act of strategy, carried out by two cunning chefs? Or was it something more? I'm afraid I can't answer that question directly. Instead, I'd like to ask you a question of my own. May I have this gazebo? Colonel Sanders extends his hand to you, and you feel a surge of energy jump off the tips of his fingers. His hand, the hand of a master chef, so dedicated to the craft of fine cookery, so tender yet refined, so milky smooth, fingers like finely battered drumsticks, turned in flour, soaked in buttermilk, and dusted with exotic spices. But they do not reach for tongs, a knife, or even a spork. Tonight they reach for you. And though our feet may tire of dancing, I believe that this is just the beginning of our steps together. Colonel Sanders, will you not only join me on the dance floor, but in the kitchen, as my co-chef and partner in both business and in life? To gasp, could it be? Is he really saying, me and you, together? Ever since I met you, my dream has changed. It's not enough to simply open the world's greatest chain of fried chicken restaurants, not even then. My life would be incomplete without you by my side. So what do you say, partner? I say, fuck yeah, I love you, Colonel Sanders. Title drop. The for real end? Wow, that was a life-changing 3 days. Overwhelmed by everything that just happened between you and Colonel Sanders, you step outside to get some air. The crowd is dark and quiet. Too quiet. You start to smell something salty, potatoey, gravy. Just then, Sport Monster appears.
Hi, P. You made some pretty sweet dance moves back there.
Why, thank you. You weren't too shabby yourself. That moonwalk you did was pretty cool.
Oh, you noticed? I'm so embarrassed. Anyways, I had something to ask you. You see, life as a potato-like creature is difficult. I have no place to call home other than people's nightmares.
Oh, I had no idea.
I was wondering if I might be able to go home with you permanently. I'll run out and get the paper in the morning and everything. What do you say?
Yes, adopt him. He's adorable. Sure.
My hero, I will forever be in your debt.
The end. Seriously though, it really is this time. It really is. And there you have it, guys. We had this life-changing, you might say, adventure. Okay, this is like the intro or whatever of that fucking thing. Like, okay. This is way too high effort. Like, way too, like, high quality, high effort for, like, what is this? Like a shit post? It's like a high quality shit post? Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, what the fuck was this? Like, what? I will never understand. Happy Valentine's Day.